Hello, my friends. I hope to charm you and perhaps bring a smile with a couple pieces for you on the subject of leaves. You'll notice behind me the anatomy of a leaf. So here we go. I took leaf in two different directions. First, a political direction. Relief and respite. Relief and respite both day and night, no more awake through the night up. They had me by rights. They had me for sure, my foot jammed in the door. All those giant stacks of misplaced facts. Nervous, I could never relax. In the closet, on the floor, fitting from ceiling to floor. The whole building next door, on the stage, in the shower. They fine-toothed the whole place for hour by hour. The boxes had to be moved to the closet. I'm screwed. They were found on the stage, all mismatched boxes arranged, mixed with my famous clippings. All the closets were secrets dripping. Where the pool patio overflowed, I had to move them, heaven knows. I tried to get the security videos all erased. How somehow they got out by case. I told my boys to hell with the federal noise. Well, just deny and say, hell, go and fly. What the hell do they know if nothing ever shows? But oops. They watched the tapes. There was no way to escape. When I tell them that's the lot, how could they agree we forgot? Like they could guess at the stacks of the unseemly mess, like a crumpled dress on the floor. There was so many bloody more. Hundreds of secrets within folders, visited not infrequent. We loaded the boxes, mixed in with my socks. Then more pictures leaked, and some friends, not terribly reluctant to speak. Far too many had a peek, and that creep will sell 'em like the pussycat will bell 'em. It tightened around. We went to the ground. Deny, deny. What did we say to that spy? While the case came together, they didn't need to be clever. Thank the gods, cannon went off. She's been so long at the trough. She kicked the whole thing over, so I'm back, my friends, in clover. Such a relief. It's behind me, at least. Let 'em wonder and stew. Hey, it could have been you. Even Rudy's unglued. It seems the bankruptcy trick, for some reason, just didn't stick. Relief. Now, relief in a whole other season, so to speak. So this is relief in Goethe's Metamorphosis of Plants. In the end of the 18th century, he redefined the meaning of plants, you see. The organs of vegetating and flowering plants, though seemingly dissimilar, all originate from a single organ, namely the leaf. During the evolutionary history of land plants, true leaves developed, and who can say they can't? They became the major location for photosynthesis and transpiration, harvesting energy from the sun, taking carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. They'd run away with very little fear. Photosynthesis takes place in chloroplasts, the special organelles. Some said they would never last. The chloroplasts contain pigment that absorbs the sun and transforms CO2 into organic compounds on the run. And as a byproduct, the plants release water vapor and O2. If you were in their position, you would too. And scientists agree that SAM, the shoot apical meristem, gives rise to all the plants above the ground organs without and within, while cells of the central zone hold the undifferentiated cells who, stored together, are never alone. They acquire a determinate identity when they leave the vicinity. Early steps of leaf development lend themselves to mythic retelling. Leaf primordia forms on the flank of the SAM, the shoot apical meristem in particular, gives rise to the above ground organs. The plant's young life, however easy it is or confounded in strife, while the cells of the central zone remain undifferentiated, just like when they was born or reincarnated. Cells of the peripheral zone acquire an identity whether surrounded by the warmest of friends or the vile, sarcastic frenemies. These generate lateral appendages following the three-axis rule, like pickles and sandwiches. The longitudinal axis demarcates basal and apical regions. The dorsal ventricle axis defines abaxial polarity, and virtually no betrayal of their anti-gravity hilarity. And the mediolateral axis derives the expansion and prevents the risk of eternal vertical collapsement. A maturity, a typical leaf is made of stalk that connects to the blade as it's made with stems that gravity is forced to contend. The epidermal provides boundaries within the cells are held. The mesophyll performs photosynthesis that we know so well. The vasculature providing the in and out door for respiration, exhaust photons, and more. The water, nutrients, and photosynthase. Isn't it wonderful that all of it comes together, makes the leaf great? And then I'm going to abuse your ears with one more. With all the climate news, I have to bring you this one. It's called Thank the Gods. Thank the gods for air conditioning. It forgives and ameliorates my awful geo-positioning. I need not worry about the heat nor scurry when my sweaty feet refuse to rest in closed-in shoes. We do without it. Hell, heaven and carrier only knows. The refrigeration lets me refine the chill enclosure where I keep my wine, the freezer where I store my lunch so that in August my salad still goes crunch, and all the merry music of ice in my glass, all the hot and sultry days my ancient family tree surpassed, allows my Coca-Cola stew to bubble and sizzle like, well, you know who, frames and confines my salad in cold cuts so fine, preserves the food in each plastic container, although it sheds little old plastic potatoes that taint my bloodstream while it does its work. Does that make me feel like a soda jerk? But when the Texas grid collapses, what you gonna do? How slow at 120 degrees Fahrenheit the time slow passes without any ice left in your glasses. No regulation slaps their wrist. Who's exactly to blame for this? No Democrat near to give big business pause. Lordy, lordy, we's chum in their jaws. So when deregulation, the grid collapses, trust me, there won't be any icebergs clinking in your glasses. So when deregulation, no air conditioning to light the neighborhood, don't be no televisioning. All those trinkets that surround might as well be paving stones. No, 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 not a single swingle sound. And the climate-aware old weatherman will finally be silent. No more complaining while in the studio, silent in darkness, he stares. No more complaining about climate change while the deck chairs on the Titanic get rearranged. Thank you, my friends.